So I'm going to show you guys how to convert radians to degrees and degrees to radians. So first off, we'll start off with radians degrees. So you need to know the formula 180 over pi. And it's really simple because whenever a radian is given to you, you multiply 180 over pi by the radian that's given and you'll get degrees. You just have to simplify it. And so let's start off with our first example, which is negative 7 pi over 4. So we're going to multiply that by our formula, which is 180 over pi. And you just multiply across. So since you have a pi at the top and pi at the bottom, it cancels out. And so negative 7 times 180 is going to be negative 1,260. And 4 times like 1 over here, it's going to be 4. So whenever you're converting radians to degrees, just don't even include the pi symbol. Just multiply across by the numbers. Just forget about the pi, because I know some people get confused about crossing out things when it comes to multiplying fractions and stuff. So just pretend the pi isn't even there. And when you do negative 1,260 divided by 4, you get negative 315, which is your degrees. So you put the degree symbol, and that would be your answer. And you do the same thing for negative 5 pi over 2. You multiply it by 180 over pi. And negative 5 times 180 is negative 900. 900. Oops. So, and 2 times 1 is just 2. So negative 900 divided by 2 is negative 450 degrees. And that's your final answer. And then this is the same type of problem, just some people get confused because it's not in fractions when most radians are given in fractions. So you do the same thing. You do 180 over pi and multiply by the 4. And if you get confused, just make this a fraction. 4 over 1 equals 4. So 4 times 180 equals 720. And that's your degrees. Because if you want, you can do this. But that'll equal 720 degrees either way. So that would be your final answer. And now we'll move on to degrees to radians. And it's technically the same formula except you're flipping them. So it's going to be pi over 180. And you're just multiplying your degrees by that equation. And so we'll start out with 300 degrees. And you multiply it by pi over 180. And for this, you have to remember that there's a pi symbol. You can't forget about the pi symbol. So this is going to be 300 pi over 180. And if you simplify this fraction right here, you'll get 5 over 3. And make sure you bring over the pi. Don't forget about that because then it's not radians, it's just a fraction. So that would be your final answer. Alright, so the same thing for negative 200 degrees. You do pi over 180. Some people get confused with negative numbers, but it's just the same thing. So this is going to be negative 200 pi over 180. and just do it step by step. Divide negative 200 by 180, and when you simplify that, you'll get negative 10 over 9. But make sure you bring over the pi, so it's going to be negative 10 pi over 9. That'd be your final answer. And then the same thing for this, pi over 180. And it's going to be 370 pi over 180. And if you simplify 370 over 180, you get 37 over 18. And when you bring over the pi, you get 37 pi over 18. And that'd be your final answer. And it's as simple as that. Thank you for watching.